come on. Could we just pull our ranks a little closer together?
We have non-violent thing in.
I'm not an African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me. Ashe? And because Africa was born in me, so are my ancestors. Because I have flowing within my veins the genetic makeup and coding of all those whose shoulders I stand upon. Ashe? So do you. This morning, to say to you why we do this is because some of our ancestors, instead of choosing enslavement, they choose to die. And I remember a singer said, all of us want to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. We need to have that same will and strength of mind to not be afraid to die. While the libation is poured and we are honoring our ancestors, remember the parade ground. Remember Middle Street. Those of our ancestors that dragged their coffins behind them were beheaded and their heads placed on staves out there. If any name be, let it be an African name. Ashe? But we have to stand up for what we believe in and fight for it too. Thanks for the night of the stars, the rising sun that we could have all here, with a oneness of mind, to remember those of our ancestors who sought a watery grave rather than being enslaved. We honor and remember them, and we continue to ask for strength, courage, fortitude to go on with our present day situation in life. That anything that will cause our people to not be free as they were created, we will not be afraid to lay down our lives, so that not only us, but all our family will be free. We ask that each of us, as we represent a home, the knowledge of our ancestors will be taught in those homes. Our children will bear the baton to the next generation, and we will not give up until we are truly free. With humility, with reverence, we give respect, O Creator. Preserve us, touch us in this day. If there is any among us that is ill, suffering any ache or pain, we ask, when their feet touches this water, it will remove from them. Give us new wisdom, new guidance, new inspiration, that as we go on, we will be guided by infinite wisdom and be prospered by divine love. Ashe?
Ashe.
Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Basiofa. Awakaleyo. 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 Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Oh, Basiofa. Basiofa. Awakaleyo. I would like when the drumming start again, however you want to shake from side to side, move your feet. There is a saying that if we do not move, you won't feel the change. You with me? You see, when you stand still, you don't even realize if you're still chained. But once you move, you're going to hear a clanging and you know there is work to be done. Somebody?
Ashe.
All right.
Seawall. Huh? At the seawall. Okay.
Can you take one step closer now?
There's 4 steps, Andrew.
We will now pour for our ancestors a libation, and then we'll conclude that pouring with the prayer for the ancestors. We refer to them as the Igungun, those that have crossed over and gone back to the realm of Ikole, Aye, then to be reborn in Ikole Oron. Ashe? Ajube! to all our departed ancestors. Names? Names.
And then Bob Samson Barnum.
Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be.
The Prince family.
Blessed be. Blessed be.
Wamena.
Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be.
The Johns.
Blessed be.
The Caves.
Blessed be. Blessed be.
The Elsears.
Blessed be.
Francois.
Blessed be. Kwame.
Blessed.
Kwamina.
Blessed be.
Kofi.
Blessed be. Ashe. Thomas Sankara.
Blessed be. Blessed be. Blessed be. Harold Jones.
Yes.
Blessed be. Blessed be. Ajube. Ajube to all our departed ancestors. Those whose names we know and those whose names we do not. We pour libation to honor their spirit. We know, love, and miss your presence here. And ask that even from the bed of these seashores and the ocean floor, you will return an ashe to us, an ashe of resilience, that we will seek to fight tyranny in every form. Give our leaders the fortitude, the wisdom, the insight, and give our people the courage to stand by them, and our spiritual leaders the unity that we will work together with each other for our best and highest good. For them and all others, we pour, we pour, we pour. Kwanga kwame, kwanga mi abade, kwanga kwame, hey kwame, kwanga kwame, hey kwame, kwanga kwame, hey kwame. Please let me
Culture and Development Association actor, African Holocaust Maafa Statement, October 12, 2021. The African Holocaust / Maafa refers to the largest mass murder and the largest economic genocide of African people, described by the United Nations as the greatest crime against humanity. This October 12th, as we gather, pay homage to the millions of our ancestors whose body lies in the waterways throughout the world due to the transatlantic slave trade. We also remember and salute those that died while struggling against the abhorrent barbarism, commercial exploitation of their human resources, and subjugation of their cultures, languages, and spiritual beliefs. ACTA maintains that in modern Guyana, the Maafa continues, evident by the barbaric and extrajudicial killings of our people, the indiscriminate dismissal of our people, thereby placing them on the breadline with little pittance or nothing, while others are given large payment of monies out of the national treasury. Best described as economic apartheid, a practice similar to what African Guyanese were subjected to during chattel slavery. In Guyana, all ethnic groups that voluntarily came to Guyana to do work under the indentureship period were given free lands, permission to trade with the colonial government, technical assistance and capital. African Guyanese were given nothing. Instead, they were made to purchase lands through their collective efforts, which were often flooded by the slave makers to prevent them developing their lands. Despite this remarkable achievement by our ancestors, African Guyanese ancestral lands are being coveted, taken from them, sold, leased, and handed over to the rich. It is clear to ACTA that the mindset of the enslavers of African people have taken up residence in the minds of some of our leaders today, who boldly state that African ancestors' lands are state lands and encourage persons to take it away from the descendants of our ancestors. ACTA calls on all African Guyanese to struggle most vigorously against that racist mindset that is determined to push us further to the margins of the economy, causing us to wallow on the muddy flats while doing the menial jobs of viewers of wood and drawers of water. Indeed, the Maafa against the African Guyanese has taken on new forms. The discovery of oil and gas will have a transformative effect on Guyana's economy. Given Guyana's small population, the spectra of poverty could be quickly eradicated for all its people. Yet, ACTA notes with alarm the increasing level of poverty among our people and the marked absence of African Guyanese to economic opportunities and participation in the oil and gas sector. At an end, as an end to economic apartheid, a practice let me do that over, please. ACTA calls for an end to economic apartheid, a practice of using the resources of the state for economic discrimination against African Guyanese, evident by the discriminatory distribution of cash grants, flood release to communities and payment to farmers. 2, to report of concluded Ancestral Land Commission on the setting up of an ancestral rights bill similar to the Amerindian Act of 2006, which gives African Guyanese a Ministry of African Guyanese Affairs and Land Justice. ACTA calls for an immediate cessation of the sale, lease, and handing over of African lands
to the rich,
especially in the triumph currently.
The introduction in Parliament and the passing of a full local content bill in which Guyanese are allowed to participate in the oil sector in Guyana, instead of what obtains now with foreign entities, not in partnership with local companies, being awarded most of the supply contracts for services. Guyanese must come first in benefiting from the patrimony of Guyana. Enough is enough. ACTA reiterates its support for the Buxton proposal that each Guyanese household be given $5,000 annually. Ashe?
Ashe.
Africa lives matter. Ashe? On this most previous matter, we demand justice for the hundreds of young African Guyanese men executed by the PVP state-sponsored Phantom Squads. Until justice is done, the blood is on the hands of those who orchestrated these heinous crimes and those with the power to address this matter, but refuse to act. 6. We support the call of the public sector workers' union for an increase in wages and salaries. In conclusion, ACTA is cognizant of the remarks made recently by the government of Guyana at the United Nations. And since African Guyanese constitute a large part of the poor, ACTA will hold the Guyana government to be steadfast in their commitment to United Nations mandate that members countries work to end poverty. Finally, ACTA calls of African Guyanese to not be distracted at this time, but to begin a resolute struggle to ensure that they are not marginalized and excluded from their just share in the business opportunities in the oil and gas sector, as well as their share of all revenues received by the government of the day from that sector. Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe?
Ashe.
Ashe. With the mission statement being read, I think it would put something in our ori, in our head, for us to think about how we need to work together and how we need to inform those that are not here and start a resolute movement so that we are positioning ourselves wherever drop out, you know, because sir, you're drinking soup, every drop will come out, we must position ourselves that you must get to. You with me?
Ashe.
And for this to be accomplished, we must work in concert with our leaders that have a vision. They may not be a political leader, tell somebody, but there may be leaders among us that have a vision. We work together with them. Moreover, let us stop pulling down and tearing down each other. Stop looking at the man, but listen and heed to the message. Not the messenger, but the message that is important. Ashe? Let us take one step closer. Now, finally, one last thing I forgot to mention. I noticed some of you, besides your floral tribute, have an offering.